What we do here is go back.
Hi everyone, I'm Kieran the barber. Today we're going to be doing a skin fade with a texturized top, putting in a hard part in there. I'm going to be demonstrating that with a lot of sort of my scissor work on top with my new shark fin shears. I'm going to be using my Andis US Pros, my fades, and also sort of my razor and stuff like that, and my foil shavers. We'll go through a little bit of everything. I'm going to show you the way I do it. It's mainly about cutting the skin fade in, getting it perfect, fading it all the way up. And then the styling and the messy texturize afterwards. So we'll go through all that. I hope you enjoy my video. Hi everyone, welcome to my demo today on a skin fade with a messy texturized top and a hard part. We're going to go proper down to the skin today on this. And as Sandro's got nice thick hair, we can get a real good shape on the old outlines and stuff like that. So just wetting down the top just to get it all out the way to start. I'm going to come straight in with my, if you could just focus on that. Come straight in with my Slimline Pros. They are, oh no, what are they called? Hang on, I'm going to do it with this, it's alright. I'm going to come straight in with my Slimline Pros Ions. They're amazing, they're the best mini clipper on the market. I've had a few people come back and sort of say that they're absolutely awesome. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to come from here today because I want to get a nice sharp outline on Sandro's hair. I want to be able to see most of this coming down here and most of this around here. So I'm going to show you a way that I've only just learned as well, to be fair. I'm learning stuff every day. I'm going to come from here and I'm going to curve it round and down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to not come straight, I'm going to curve it round and down, and we're going to tape like a sort of burst tape around there. So I'm going to come straight in just to get all my lining work before I do the skin fade. I'm literally just gonna, as you can see, even though these are cordless mini clippers, just to prove a point to you guys, his hair is extremely thick. It's sort of that sort of Latin, Spanishy type like hair. It's nice and thick, but it's still getting through it. Not clogging up the machine at all. The machine is a monster. Now I'm going to use the Andis T outliners, and I've detached the head and I've stuck on a foil head. Nice and easy, easiest thing in the world. The foil head attachment will get this down to literally nothing now before we start the blending, so I'm going to do that now. You're just stretching that skin, knowing where you're going. Right, so now I've got my Andis fades with the flat surgical blade. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fade this up and out with a 0.5. So I'll stick it up to the 0.5 and I'll literally just come up. Just getting the rest of it a little bit soft just by doing a bit of clip over comb work. As you can see, I'm not doing C motion, I'm sort of rubbing against the head, just flicking out just slightly. Because it's a flat head, you can't go in because it's not got a curve on it, it won't rock. It's dead straight, so it's just going to go into the client's head, so you have to go in straight and come out, not flick, or not curve, sorry. If you fade an awful lot, it's good to have one of these Annie brushes. They're absolutely awesome because you've got the real rough side from when you're doing sort of Afro-Caribbean hair and stuff like that, where you can properly get the hair off, or the softer brush, just say Sandra, when you're doing skin, and what it does, it just cleans the area. So you've got one side for that, and you can obviously clean your clippers on the other side. And you can go again, and just slowly, catchy monkey, getting that fade out. I got taught by Dave Diggs. I watched his Fade 101 DVD. It's an awesome DVD. He only uses the three corners that side and the 3 corners this side. So what he calls it bottom right, bottom left, top left, top right, and what he does is he'll get them 3 bits and he'll literally stroke that fade out like that, scratch it. I think it's what, to be honest, I think it's what a lot of the Americans do. Us British, we don't seem to do it a lot over here. That's never ever how I was taught. I hadn't seen it done over here personally with any of the videos that the English guys do or anything like that. So I've just been picking up techniques from other barbers all around the world. It's good to widen your knowledge, try different things, not to sort of stay in the same boat every day. Get out there and learn something. I've learnt this and it's made my fade game a lot better. And obviously with the Andis fades to other surgical flat blade clippers, they have an adjustment lever on them, so you can go from a 0 to a half, which is brilliant, because there's some other clippers out there that don't have that. They literally have a straight flat head for bold fades and stuff like that, but then you have to go back to your other clippers to do sort of the fading part, which I never really understood. You should always have an adjustment lever on the side. Right, so now I come to this curve part here where it curves sort of down and around. As I say, I want to get that slight bit here where I shape that up and shape it in, so you can clearly see the boof, boof, where it sort of comes at that corner and comes down slightly, and it will look really, really sharp. So again, I'm going to do exactly what I've done on the back. I'm literally just going to take off the bulk. Go back to like a quarter, use my bottom right, just take off that slightly, and come back around with the bottom left. As you can see, I can't see on the camera obviously, only when I go back over it. Obviously once I've clipper over combed that slightly, but you can see already how that edge, when that's going to raise or fade out, it's going to raise around there, and it's going to look so sharp. It's really going to stand out. Right guys, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of scissor over comb, because I'm okay with scissors. So I'm going to lift Sandra's head back. I've got my new shark fin shears, by the way, and they are absolutely awesome. They just glide through your hair. I haven't done really a lot of scissor over comb on any of my videos, so I'm just going to show everyone that I can do scissor over comb, and show that using a clipper comb with my scissor over comb as well works a treat. I'm not one for small combs. I've just bought one of them. I think they're called a Neo comb. I think it was some £20 odd for a couple, but it's not me. Personally, it's not me. I don't know. I've only had it a couple of days, so maybe it takes time to get used to or whatever. But it's not for me at the minute. Right, so on Sandra's hair on the top, to make it sort of messy, texturised, I'm gonna cut about half an inch off the front, and I'll probably I want a sort of 30-degree angle on the haircut, so the fringe should be longer than the back, just to give it more definition and texture right at this front bit. So with my sharp fin shears, I'm gonna just take off about that. I'm gonna club cut it all first. As you can see how sharp these scissors are, I swear to God, I'm so nervous about the first cut I have with these, because it's going to be a killer. I'm going to take off a knuckle or something, I know I am. And then as I get back, the further I go back, I'm just literally going to get a little bit shorter, just as I get to the crown. Same on this side, a little bit shorter. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to texturize it all, just real chip into it. So now brush it all forward again, like I've not even cut it. Bring it all the way back onto that fringe, and then I'll literally just chip into the fringe. Well, chip into the whole hair, sorry. Just to give it that messy texturized look. Right, so now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be shaping up all this front bit, coming around each side slightly, same on this side, and then after that I'm going to stick in the hard line, and then what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to razor it all around just so it's nice and sharp. So I'm using my Andis wireless Prolithium clippers, the Slimline Pro, sorry. Relax your head, perfect. And as you can see, even though I'm sort of going around these edges and it is nice and sharp and there is no hair on them whatsoever, in the same sentence it's not leaving the skin red, rashy, cutting the skin, anything like that. These are real delicate on the skin, these are real nice and smooth. They're my favourite mini trimmer, by far, by absolute far. These are my favourite mini trimmer. Just because they're light, they're soft, they don't hurt the customer. You can use them on adult, kids, shape-ups, afro hair, anything. And they're brilliant. They're well made. Okay, so now the hard line, just make sure you always obviously separate hair so you get a natural line before you part it. Make sure all the hair is... Obviously Sandra's been having a hard line for a long time, so it naturally sort of falls into that place. And then I'm just going to come nice and slowly and just put it all the way through right to the back. So now I'm just going to razor in this hard part. Nice and slowly. You definitely don't want to slip on this part of the head. Now coming straight from razoring the hard line, I'm just going to razor around these edges, so make the skin slightly taut. Just come down ever so slightly on that. And then what I would do is I would grab the face, and literally come around on them edges.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Baldy's Hard As is literally a real dry sort of matte paste, and it's quite firm, and it's hard, obviously. I use a blob of it on my finger, so just the top of the finger. I just rub it all into my fingers. I was going to use powder, but Stacey's either used it all or snored it all. I don't have a clue where it is. So, you know what, it doesn't matter. Products are products. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be using my fingers for all of this to give it texture. I'll use a tiny bit more. From that side where the hard part is. So as you can see, I've taken that fade from here. See, come up slightly, come down, and then around there. That is my sort of low skin fade with a curved edge. Shaped up, hard part. Cut a real load of texture into that top. Styled with Baldy's Hard As Muck, and it's literally as simple as that. Guys, thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate every single one of you. My videos have now hit like 1.5 million views. My subscriptions have gone like 20k. I honestly don't know how, but I just want to say an absolute thank you to every single one of you that watches my videos and absolutely puts up my crap and bullshit. And I really do hope you do enjoy them, and I hope you do learn something from them. That is my main goal, for me to go, this is how I do it, and I hope this is what you can take a little bit on board, and you can learn, even if this is the tiniest bit ever. I just really hope you do enjoy my videos, and I just want to again say thank you to every single one of you, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Thank you very much.